we've got about 400 mother cows on 30,000 acres.
Doc Hatfield and his family have been ranchers all their lives. They raise cattle on the high plains of eastern Oregon.
We respect our animals and they respect us. You notice they aren't scared with us being here. Beef cattle shouldn't be raised everywhere. They should be fit in the environment that suits both them, and then their presence enhances the environment. We want them to kind of perform like they would be if they were a deer or an elk.
But the Hatfields don't just leave their livestock to make it on their own. They raise their cattle in an intensive, hands-on way.
Not only do we feed them, but we evaluate how they're feeling and how they're doing to make sure nobody slipped on the ice just like we can and may have hurt themselves. Somebody may have got into something they shouldn't have eaten.
Because of the way their cattle are raised, the Hatfields say their beef is much healthier to eat, and their cows actually improve the environment.
It's produced without hormones, without antibiotics, and it's short-fed. It doesn't have all that excess fat. If my family had been in the tobacco business, for instance, we wouldn't be able to be raising that today because we really believe that they have found out that that isn't very healthy. But red meat and here in our natural environment, it just all goes together, and we felt really good about it.
During the growing season, we bite each plant once and then we move on, and we don't return to that plant until it's recovered. And if you do it that way, then the animal's hooves and the removal of the grass charges the roots grow and recover and grow and recover and make soil. If it just sits there and it's never grazed, the roots just sit there too. So that's where proper grazing is beneficial to the plant and builds soil and feeds the animal.
You got how many bales left?
Four.
Why don't we feed 2 more and we'll leave the other 2.
Okay.
Lots of times the faster they come the hay truck, the less that means they found to eat in the pasture. And that to me is the indication probably we need to go to a new pasture and give them a new menu to work with, so to speak.
Small ranchers are a dying breed. The Hatfields managed to survive by joining other family ranchers in a marketing cooperative. The ranchers remain independent, while the co-op is big enough to supply the region with sustainable beef at a price consumers can afford.
These 80 family ranches are people who survived because they were in harmony with the land. If they weren't in harmony with the land, then they would have gone broke a long time ago. Our ranchers, once they meet the people in town, find that the folks who are buying our product, they have lots in common with. A respect for the land, a respect for the food, a respect for the animals and the environment.
Somebody will buy some of our meat, and I'll go up and I'll say, "Excuse me, but I wanted to thank you for buying some of our meat. I'm one of the ranch families." And they turn around and they're so pleased. What it's done for us is brought back the pride that we kind of lost. Now when we take responsibility for what it is and go all the way through with it, we have given part of ourselves and our land to the people, and they appreciate it.
In the Pacific Northwest, farmers markets are booming. They foster a sense of community while providing fresher food at better prices.
And all this is organic. So we make a pretty good money on this. We sell it direct to the people, and it's nice selling it direct to the people and get to know them.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Shipping food long distances consumes energy and contributes to global warming. So markets like these build sustainability by helping local farmers to stay on the land.
We sell almost everything we bring. We get a fair price.
Agriculture has long been important in the Pacific Northwest, but for decades the focus was on a few big crops for export. Now global competition has made foreign markets less profitable, and consumer demand for fresh local food is fueling the growth of a regional food economy.
Those things that are your everyday vegetables and the fruits the extra care that we're able to give them gets you a much higher quality product.
For every truck that I can see knocked off the freeway that's hauling food into the state of Washington, I feel like we're doing something good about that.
Ben and Gretchen grow a variety of fruits, vegetables, and flowers. They extend the growing season with simple greenhouses that don't need any heat.
Growing things is my reason for being here. I really love it. When the berries first start, we send those people who don't like raspberries out to pick the raspberries. And I had one woman who's allergic to peas, so she's the first pea picker. It's almost year-round. We have a little bit of time in November when we won't have much stuff, but then we come back in at Thanksgiving with Christmas wreaths. And this greenhouse that has the beans and the basil will be turned into a forcing area for the tulips. One of the best parts about our level of farming is that there are people walking around on the land and looking at the crops. Several of our employees have been here for 8 to 10 to 15 years.
You know, actually we pay our help better than Walmart pays their help. And
That's not saying much.
well, that's not saying much, but it's, you know, we're certainly paying them living wages. And that's what really helps also with the farmers markets, is that we are able to get a better price for our product, which in turn we have two choices: keep all the money for ourselves or share the wealth with our employees. The small communities can stay alive with small farmers because we all need mechanics, we all need equipment repair, we need more employees, which keeps the money circulating in the small area. And we sell locally, so the money stays local.
Seattle has a network of cooperative supermarkets with a strong commitment to local and organic farmers.
Our shoppers want to know where their food's coming from, and they want to know what's in that food, how it's being grown. And when I look at the food here, I see Doc and Connie Hatfield and the cooperative of ranchers that they work with. I look at Umpqua Valley Lamb and I think of Kathy Panner and her pastures of clover.
PCC does more than just sell food. They also support research to improve organic practices and programs that help small farmers.
This kale's from Joni and Mike McIntyre. Those guys live up in Stanwood. PCC helped provide guarantees so they could expand their acreage and grow more organic foods. We focus on local farmers. We focus on trying to keep our circles of dependence smaller than in a mass market supermarket where food's traveling 1,500 miles.
One reason they can be of such service to farmers and consumers is that these supermarkets are owned by the people who shop here.
Our shareholders are our customers. Our profits are turned back to the members in proportion to the amount of business they do here. In a time when we have Enrons and mergers and layoffs and outsourcing, co-ops are a way of providing local control over where you do your business.